All right, ladies, so you already know what time it is when I look like this. This is going to be another crochet video, and excuse the woe is me. It's hot, it's summertime. Girl gotta get your hair done. She got a moo-moo on. It is what it is. Focus on this right here. So I have my standard braid pattern. I've got the 12 braids in the front and the 6 braids in the back with the one going across the nape. And there's the 6 going down. I took the tail of the braid, tucked it up in like I normally do. The hair that I'm gonna install is one of my all-time favorites, but for the life of me, I can't seem to find any YouTube videos out here on it or on the color combo that I wanted. So I have the Freetress waterwave crochet hair. I do have the 12-inch. I have it in the color TP 430. I really wanted a 4, a 30, and a 27, and I wanted to mix them together. I wanted the, what is it, the T30 and the T27. And I wanted to like make this beautiful blended color, but my beauty supply store was not being happy or nice with me today, and I did not feel like driving way across town, so I just got the 430 and I said I'll make it do what it do. But it is a 12-inch version, so hopefully I won't have to cut it. I used to install the 22 all the time, and I would cut that in half. So hopefully the 12-inch gives me the look and the vibe that I want. The supplies that I'm going to be using are just basically my water and conditioner mix inside of a spray bottle. I'm going to spray the hair down before I separate it for the install. And then I do have some Eco Styler gel, which I will show you guys in just one second. I'm just cutting a little silver strand off the center of the hair. Everybody knows a little silver tag is in the middle. But basically this is what the hair looks like fresh out of the pack. The only thing I do is I will take my little spray bottle with some conditioner and water in it. Now shake it up. And I will spray the whole entire pack of hair at one time. It just makes it easier so that when I'm grabbing, I don't have to spray the individual strand. And I try to saturate it as much as possible. And then I'll take a little bit of my curl refresher and just spray up there. It kind of acts as like a conditioner for the synthetic hair. So I'll just spray that on the hair. Because I am going to be separating it, I do have my Eco Styler for curls and textures gel, and I'll run that down the strand before I install it, because the pulling apart process will make it frizz up a little bit. And I don't use a lot of it because I don't want it to weigh the hair down. But this is what one strand looks like before I've separated it. It's fairly thick. It doesn't give me a natural look. So I will pull it apart 2 times in the back, 3 times in the front. So as you see, you pull it apart, it gets this little frizzy texture, which is why I put a little bit of the Eco Styler on my hand. And then I just run it down the hair and twirl it, and voila, it looks just like before you pulled it apart. And it's going to be a quick install, like I said, because I'm only going to separate the back 2 times, and then I'm going to separate the front 3 or 4 times because some of these strands tend to be a little bit thicker. And then I just knot the hair 2 to 3 times. When I get it in the front, I actually do a physical knot instead of just the loop method. So once I pull it apart, I just run it back through. And then I'll move on to the next braid. Once I get to the front of the hair, I will come back on video and I can show you how I separated 2-3 times, but this is what it's looking like. This is what the 12-inch length is giving me, which is absolutely perfect, and I'm loving it so far. But I'll see you guys in a little. All right, guys, so I'm back. I have 1 full pack of the hair installed, and I wanted to show it to you. So I was able to finish the braid across the back, and then 2 of the 6 braids in the back on this side, and then 1.5 on this side. So 1 pack got me pretty far. The second pack will finish up the other 2.5 braids in the back, and then allow me to at least start on the like side ones in the front. I put 1 little strand at the front just so I could see how it was looking. I will probably only use 3 packs of hair to do this install. I brought 4 just in case, but I'm thinking 3. I did make a change. Originally in the video, I told you I was only going to split the back twice. I went and changed it and split the back into 3s because the strands were a little bit thicker, as you can see. So this is the second pack, only splitting it into 2, still left it kind of bulky. So I changed my game plan and I split it into 3s instead of 2s, so that the hair could lay a little bit better. And sometimes when you're separating it, you may get a snag, and that was just because I think that strand I actually cut the wire piece off of, and so it was snagged. But normally I don't get a snag like that. But yeah, I just split the back into 3 sections, and then I'm still just going down with my Eco Styler gel. I'm not doing a lot. It is like just enough to keep my fingers moist and rubbing it down. I did not actually put the Eco Styler gel on every strand. Some of the strands, if I pulled them apart and they were still moist and I could run my fingers down and snap it together, I left them without. It was only if I realized like the ends had gotten really poofy from pulling it apart did I put the Eco Styler gel up there. But that's essentially it. I am not really measuring per se, like finger width apart when I install it. I'm just kind of feeling as I go. I want them close but not right on top of each other. I want just a little bit of space in between them. And the time consuming part is going through running the gel down the end before the install. So that's what's taking a little bit longer. If you want to prep this, you could go ahead and pre-separate all of your hair, pre-run the Eco Styler down each strand, and just put it on like a braiding rack to just make the install portion quicker. But it's not slowing me down too much because I have done this style quite a bit. My clients that I do install hair on, this is one of their favorites. So I've gotten pretty good with working with running the gel down and then installing it. Sometimes I am go ahead and putting a knot. So I will knot it twice and then I will physically tie a knot. If I want it to lay a little bit closer, or if I feel like the strand is a little bit thicker, just to make it more secure, but it is not a must. That is just a preference for me. So this is real time. You see how long it takes me to finish up a half a braid, because that braid was already halfway done in the back. It doesn't take long. It takes about 6 or 7 little strands to get halfway down the braid, which if I'm separating each piece into 2, then 2, maybe 3 pieces per braid, per half a braid. When I'm doing it, some of the strands are really thick, and so I separate into 4. Like this one, I separated into 4, but this is a really, really teeny piece. So if I have a really teeny piece like this and I've done the separation, because I've got to do my whole head eventually, I'm just going to sneak it in the front, because I will probably put the sections of 4 in the front, 4 to 5, because that's where I want the smaller ones at. But because that one ended up being a smaller piece, I just went on and snuck it in the front. But this is where I am. I will get pack number 2 completely installed, come back and let you guys see how far pack number 2 got me before moving on to pack number 3. That way you guys can kind of judge where we are hair wise and how many packs you may want to purchase. All right, see you later.